Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Go video. This video is going to be packed with a lot of information, so I just want to let you guys know right now, we're going to be going over a lot of different things. So the first thing that I'd like to go over right now is a Reddit post that was actually posted a couple days ago, 4 days ago, as you guys can see on screen right now. And it's about a day one legit player getting suspended without any signs of warning. And over this past week, I've just been seeing so many more reports of legit players getting wrongfully suspended or even getting shadow banned. And so it's really strange that this is still happening to people, guys. I mean, like, it's just crazy that Niantic still is just not even acknowledging the fact that their, banning system is banning legit players. And so I'll go ahead and link this Reddit post in the description below. You guys can go ahead and read the whole thing if you would like. But the main thing that I want to go over right now is the two responses that they got from Niantic. And so the first response that they got is the generic automated response saying that your account is going to be banned for 90 days and then that's when it's going to be released, etc., right? We've all seen that like a million times by now. However, they sent them another email linking this Reddit post, and then this is the response that they got, which is a really, really big one. So here we go, guys. We're going to read the entire thing right now. So I mailed Niantic that this thread exists. I don't know if this is a coincidence or a reply to that, but I got another email 30 minutes after. Apparently they think I use third-party software. And then here's the official response. Thank you for your inquiry. Your account has been temporarily suspended due to the use of unofficial third-party software which violates the Pokemon Go Terms of Service and the trainer guidelines. Your temporary suspension will be lifted in approximately 90 days. Once your account has been reinstated, our expectation is that you will continue to play with the official version of Pokemon Go, available only on the Google Play Store and the App Store. Please note that any further transgressions may lead to permanent and irreversible account termination. With that, let us provide you with some additional context. At Niantic, we take fairness seriously and want to provide an accessible, fun, and equitable game experience to all players. After a recent update, we've suspended all accounts that have been found to be playing with unofficial third-party software or add-on. And that's the main thing that I wanted to go over right now, guys. That is the highlight of this entire email that they got back for them. Essentially, Niantic is confirming that they've only been suspending accounts that have been found using unofficial third-party software or add-on. And for the most part, all of the legit players that I've talked to have not used any unofficial third-party software or add-ons. At most, they've used IV checkers, which is like CalciIV or PokeGenie, and I'm almost 100% positive people are not getting banned for using those because it's sort of like an overlay screenshot app, so it doesn't actually access anything. I mean, I still wouldn't use them in my own opinion, but that again is my own choice and I just want to play it safe. I've honestly seen so many people use them though, and for the most part it seems like it's fine, so if you are using CalciIV or PokeGenie, I wouldn't worry about it too much. But it's definitely something to consider as it is technically an unofficial third-party software. But I don't believe people are necessarily getting banned for that. Ideally, in this sentence right here, Niantic essentially highlights that they're going after spoofers, right? They're going after the software that spoofers are using. And that's everything, guys. That's the only thing that they said. I mean, we can go ahead and read the rest of this right now and you guys will see that for yourselves. We realize you may want additional details on how we detect the apps or what exactly these accounts are doing that is against our Pokemon Go Terms of Service. And so something I wanted to highlight right now is look at that. They say how we detect the apps. And so my theory is that their system is literally picking up apps that have nothing to do with spoofing and they're flagging them in the system, essentially creating a false positive. And so with this information, we've actually gotten one step closer to figuring out why their system is banning legit players. And this is pretty much the explanation. I mean, we're almost there, guys. I mean, there's a little bit more of information that we need to sort of determine why it's picking up these specific apps. Honestly, I have no idea what specific apps they are, but the idea is that their system is just picking them up and it's flagging them into the system, ultimately leading to account suspensions for legit users. And so there is definitely a problem within their system, especially considering that, we've gotten so many reports of legit players getting wrongfully suspended. Their system is clearly creating false positives here, and now you guys can see firsthand for yourself why that actually is happening. So we don't know the exact details, but it gives us a pretty good idea of why it's happening. And so, this eliminates all the other potential reasons like multi-accounting, trackers, IV checkers for the most part. If you're using an IV checker that requires a login, that could be something that definitely flags your account on a real basis. But if you're using IV checkers like PokeGenie or CalciIV, you should be fine for the most part. And even more than that, to confirm this, guys, I don't know if you watched the new Trainer Tips video with Brandon Tan, but they went and took down a Reggie Steele, and Brandon Tan used like 4 of his accounts at once, or like 6 of his accounts at once. I don't don't even remember how many phones he had on him, but, you know, essentially he was multi-accounting on a Trainer Tips video, and Trainer Tips is definitely one of the people that Niantic watches, so if he's not getting banned for that, it essentially confirms that multi-accounting is not the reason that they're banning people. Obviously, as you guys can see in this message, they're really only going after the software for people that are spoofing. So multi-accounting, trackers, etc., none of that stuff is really on Niantic's radar right now. It's true that they don't support it and it's against the terms of service, but it's not something that they're probably going to ban you for. And does that mean that, you know, you should multi-account? No, I don't recommend it. But the point being is that, you know, people like Brandon Tan, regardless of their status in the community, they're clearly cheating on a Trainer Tips video. I mean, they're multi-accounting, right? And don't get me wrong, guys, Brandon Tan is awesome. I mean, seriously, the way that he thinks about this game and the efficiency is unlike anybody else I've ever seen. And so, you know, just because he's multi-accounting, don't bag on him so much. It's not that big of a deal. But my point is that, like, Niantic isn't really gonna ban people for multi-accounting. It's so common now, especially within communities. It's like people don't complain that multi-accounters are helping them out with raids. I rarely see that happen. And so I just wanted to throw all of those theories out the window because essentially we just got confirmation that Niantic is targeting software and they're not going after multi-accounters or trackers or IV checkers or anything like that. They're just targeting spoofing software for the most part. And so reading on here, it says, unfortunately, any additional detail we provide might simultaneously help the malicious third-party software providers, essentially the spoofer apps, and compromise our security protocols. What we can tell you is that we have reviewed all ban appeals and have the utmost confidence that our detection methods are sound. We have suspended only those players who were in fact using unofficial third-party software. Those players represent only a fraction of a percent of all players in our community. So there's a couple things I want to go over here. First thing, they claim that their detection method is sound when it's clearly not, guys. Legit players are obviously getting suspended. More and more every single day, we constantly see these posts on Reddit, and so it just keeps on happening, and they're not acknowledging it at all. And the main reason for that is because they literally said it's only a fraction of a percent of all players in the community. And so they could really care less what happens to these legit players getting caught up in these ban waves due to false positives, because they're only a fraction of a percent of all players in the community. They literally said that right there, guys. Their words, not mine. And so that's just something to consider, you know, like if you are unfortunate enough to actually get your account suspended, Niantic literally does not care, and they won't do anything to help you. And that's the worst part about it, guys. I mean, they literally say it right there. It's only a fraction of a percent. Like, do you really matter if you're a fraction of a percent? You're not even worth 1% of the community. And it's sad, but it's true. So, anyways, let's go ahead and finish this off here. The vast majority of the players in our community, more than 99%, play Pokemon Go fairly, and that's definitely not true. And in the spirit of fun and equality that we've encouraged from the beginning, we're doing everything we can to ensure that a full 100% of our community plays in that spirit. We thank you in advance for your understanding and cooperation. On behalf of the entire Niantic support team, Niantic. And that's basically it, guys, right there. I mean, this statement says so much about Niantic. No one has ever gotten a response in this detail, and I'm pretty sure the only reason that this guy got the response is because he linked this Reddit thread and it got so much attention. And like I mentioned earlier on, I will go ahead and leave the link to this Reddit post in the description below. You guys can go ahead and read the entire thing for yourselves. But my gosh, guys, so much information was given off this post, and it's really helping us narrow down the reasons as to why these false positives are happening. And, I mean, I feel like for the most part we got all of the information that we need. You know, we just can't pinpoint exactly what it is. But for the most part, we know that they're just targeting spoofer software. They're not going after multi-accounters. They're not going after scanners or trackers or IV checkers or anything like that. They're just going after spoofers. And that's essentially what we've all been thinking for the most part. But the problem is that legit players are getting caught up in these ban waves. And the reason Niantic doesn't care is because they're only a fraction of a percent in the entire Pokemon Go community. But regardless, guys, this is still an issue in the community. I mean, I hate seeing legit players getting banned for no reason, especially when they've done nothing wrong. Oh my gosh, and it's only gonna get worse from here on out, guys. I'm telling you this right now, based on the information I got today, it is about to get a lot worse. Now, basically what happened today is that Niantic issued an unban wave, so essentially a lot of people got their accounts back. Now you're probably wondering, did I get my account back? The answer to that is, no, I didn't get my account back, and neither did a lot of other legit players. You know who got their accounts back, guys? A lot of spoofers. Basically, most of the people that got their accounts back today were spoofers. I'm pretty sure there were a couple legits in there that did actually get their accounts back, but I was not one of them. Ironically, the legit player doesn't get his account back, but all of the other spoofers do? I just don't understand that logic. I mean, seriously, that is one of the most annoying things ever. They're basically going after spoofers, and then they just give them all their accounts back and keep the legit player suspended. There's definitely something wrong with that, for sure. So that definitely pissed me off earlier today. I was really upset about that. Anyways, though, I'm not done here. It gets even better. On top of that, a lot of the spoofers got tickets to the Japan event, which most legit players could not even get. So explain that one, Niantic. Not only does Niantic unban all these spoofers, but they gave them tickets to the Japan event that most legit players couldn't even get. I'm just so over the way that this company is handling things now, guys. I mean, seriously, it's always been bad, but I mean, this is a new level of bad. I mean, for one, legit players are getting their accounts suspended wrongfully. For two, they just unbanned a bunch of spoofers. And number three is that they're giving so many spoofers tickets to the Japan event that is supposed to be for legit players, naturally. I mean, of course, you're gonna assume that, you know, some spoofers will get the tickets, but not this many. I mean, seriously, so many legit players were complaining that they couldn't get their tickets, and the reason why is because Niantic is giving out these tickets to spoofers. Not only to spoofers, guys, but to people that had their accounts flagged in the past. I mean, seriously, are they not even, like, looking that over to see if they got a red warning or a suspension or anything like that? Like, all these players are getting tickets to this event, and it's just like, how does this even happen? And I'll tell you how it happens, guys. It's because Niantic does not know what they're doing. I mean, it's seriously so simple and straightforward. It's obvious, too. I mean, seriously, guys, they're giving tickets to the Japan event to spoofers. Like, what the heck? How is that even happening? I just don't even understand, guys. I really do not even understand. And so, yeah, that's essentially the news that we got today. And so pretty much after everything happening, guys, I am on the fence of just overall quitting this game entirely. Like, I don't want to support a company that is this unorganized. Putting aside the fact that my account got banned, looking at everything else that is happening is completely unacceptable. I just can't support a company that is this unorganized. It's just ridiculous, you know? I mean, it is so unfair to all the legit players that put in the time and effort. I mean, seriously, guys, going out in the heat right now to play the game, it's just like, you're putting in so much time and effort only to get sniped by spoofers. It's just like, they get to sit at home on their couch under the comfortable AC, and they get to pretty much play at the Japan event, while the legit players have to pay for plane tickets, and for hotels, and for all that stuff, guys. And spoofers can pretty much just do it from the comfort of their home, and like I said, guys, I don't have anything against spoofers. It's more so against Niantic for letting this stuff happen. I mean, can you really blame the spoofers for, you know, taking advantage of Niantic's poor system? It really just falls on Niantic, you know? I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard this saying before, don't hate the player, hate the game. And that's pretty much the way it is right now. It's just they don't know what they're doing. But anyways, that is all the news that's happened as of right now. And I got some news for you guys regarding my situation. And so like I said, I'm pretty much on the fence right now of quitting the game entirely or taking legal action against Niantic, essentially going through arbitration. For those of you guys who don't know what arbitration is, pretty much both parties will provide evidence to a third-party unbiased opinion, and then their decision is going to be final. So for me, I'm going to send in evidence, Niantic will send in their evidence, etc., right? And then a third-party arbitrator will go ahead and read through everything, you know, go through everything, and then they'll make a final decision, and then whatever that decision is, that's what's going to be permanent. And especially after finding out all this information today, how they're only really targeting spoofers and legit players are getting wrongfully suspended, including my account too, it's like, yeah, I'm probably gonna take legal action against them. I mean, seriously, guys, I have more than enough evidence to provide. I mean, seriously, I have played legit since day one. I have so much evidence, you know, to support my case, and so it really comes down to that. And I also recently sent them an email a couple days ago basically saying, you know, if my account is not reinstated within this many days, I'm gonna go ahead and pursue arbitration. And so I sent them an email giving them, you know, like a last chance to make things right. Ultimately, they never responded. I've already gone ahead and talked to a lawyer and stuff about this, and it's really not gonna cost me that much to do this. You know, essentially going through arbitration is a very cost-effective way of taking legal action, and I'm pretty sure that's that's why Niantic actually implemented this in their terms of service. And you guys can go ahead and read it in their terms of service as well. And this is basically just the best thing I can go through right now, just to go through the arbitration and hopefully everything works out. I mean, I don't even know for a fact that I'm gonna do this. I mean, I'm still kind of like on the fence, right? But I'm about 90% sure that I will be going through and taking legal action against them. I mean, not only for myself, guys, I just feel like I have to do this for everyone else too that's also been wrongfully suspended. As a legit player, it's just not right that this is happening and Niantic is not stepping up and taking responsibility. It's a little ridiculous to say the least, but you know, considering that it's only for a fraction of a percent of the entire Pokemon Go community, I understand why. And unfortunately, I'm just not one of the bigger Pokemon Go YouTubers, or I'm not in the circle of the Pokemon Go YouTuber community, and I'm sure you guys already kind of know about it. I'm not going to sugarcoat this, I don't have anything against them, but I'm going to say it how it is, you know? It's just like, they have their little group of Pokemon Go YouTubers, and it's cool if you're in there, right? If you're in there, it's awesome, and you definitely feel that community vibe, but as far as the Pokemon Go YouTuber community, I'm not in their circle, and so essentially when it comes down to this, if this happened to any one of them, you know, regardless of their channel size, they would all have each other's backs, and you know, I guarantee that somebody would make a video, or like multiple people would make videos for that other person, you know, trying to get Niantic's attention, because they probably could. I mean, some of them are even sponsored by Niantic, but unfortunately for me, I'm not in their circle, and so really, I don't have anybody that would really speak out on my behalf. It's just like, there are a couple smaller Pokemon Go YouTubers that have been very supportive of me, as well as all of you guys and then my own local Pokemon Go community, and I'm very grateful to have that. Pretty much having one of the bigger Pokemon Go YouTubers talk for me, or essentially try to get Niantic's attention and, you know, let them know that something like this is happening, it probably would have made a big difference, but unfortunately, I'm not in a position like that. And so it really sucks, guys, because if I was, maybe this could have been resolved. Unfortunately, I've had to go through everything on my own, and we're gonna keep on pursuing this, most likely, so it's just sort of where I'm at right now. I honestly feel like I'm done with the game, though, for the most part. It's just seeing this happen to other players, having this happen to myself, it's seriously so demotivating, because it's just like, why would I commit so much time and effort only for this to happen again, or just to see this happen to other players? It's just not right, and I can't support a company that's doing this. And so ultimately it comes down to that, guys. Honestly, I am kind of upset right now, so I do have to give myself some time to think this over carefully. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Obviously, this video had a lot of information in it, so I definitely hope that you guys have a pretty good opinion on my situation as of right now, as well as everybody else's, just kind of knowing that, you know, we're all getting suspended for potentially using third-party software, even though most of us have never used unofficial third-party software, and so we're all getting banned for the wrong reasons, and Niantic is refusing to acknowledge it, you know? And not only that, they're unbanning all the spoofers for the most part, and they're giving them tickets to the Japan event. There's a lot of things wrong, guys, in Pokemon Go right now, and it's definitely getting overlooked because everyone else who's a bigger YouTuber and stuff, they're all having a great time. They all get to participate in all the events and stuff, and it's really just in my situation as a smaller Pokemon Go YouTuber, a lot of this stuff is definitely overlooked, and so I really hope that everything does work out in the end, but if it doesn't, I mean, my days for Pokemon Go might be coming to an end real soon, and it's just like, it's not about playing another account, it's not about creating a new account or anything like that and starting all over again. It's just the way that this company's running things. I just don't know if I can support it any longer. And so with that being said, I hope you guys did find this video informative, and I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comment section. As always, if you guys did enjoy the video, feel free to hit that like button down below. It would really mean a lot. And if you guys would like to see more Pokemon Go content, as well as just more content in general, make sure to hit that subscribe button for future videos. And I will see you all real soon in the next one.